graded as now, right?
It's not even a. It's not a. It's just a storm.
It's
It's
just a
not.
storm?
Yeah, it's not even a tropical depression anymore. But it just has a lot of moisture and a lot of moisture with it, and it's just a heavy, heavy torrential rain, and it is going to continue to move northeast, and it has moved all the way from L.A. I mean Louisiana, all the way up there, and it's going to leave. Yeah. And it's going to leave out. Looks like it's going to go through Maine and move out into the Atlantic, and I think it's going to make its way over to what is that? I can't remember, up in there in northern Canada, but Newfoundland. I think it's going to make its way to Newfoundland possibly, and they anticipate maybe a hurricane later in the week hitting Newfoundland as well.
Is that going to recharge?
No. There's one in the Atlantic that looks like it may miss us.
I thought you were talking about, is this thing going to recharge?
No. But they're going to get some rain, and
now,
then
has that ever happened?
What?
Surely it's happened, right? So if it comes off and it gets back into the ocean,
absolutely, yeah, and has recreated. In fact, I think they even made a movie of it one time where one
Did
came
it come
out.
back and hit again?
Yeah, it came back, turned around, and went back and hit another storm, and then combined with another storm. So it not only did that it just made, came together to create even a worse storm in the Atlantic.
It's like me and you at a buffet. We just come together and we destroy it.
We get to the buffet again. How do we always manage to talk about
we go
the buffet?
Eat every day. I mean, it's a hot topic of our conversation.
So yeah, that's got a lot going on, and our prayers go out to all those people that are being affected in those low-lying areas and are going to continue. If you're traveling in those areas, make sure you're very well aware of what's going on. You have power outages.
So fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure you have fuel. You have something to drink, food. Make sure that you get your cell phone service. I mean, think about it. So you're going to be wiped out through an area that's affected. So if you have somebody to call, or you had some ETAs, or you have something to give to somebody, I would do it prior to getting that affected area, because you don't know. Your cell phone service will be spotty.
Yeah, you want to make sure that wherever you're going, that they're actually going to receive you, right? That they have power there as well.
Hopefully, the companies are doing that on their end.
Exactly.
The
dispatch is fully aware of what's going on.
Exactly. Hopefully, they're doing that for the driver. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I saw also in the news yesterday. I was paying attention to that fire that continues to go on out west. That is a devastating fire. They did get a little bit break in the wind.
So I must have missed this one. Go ahead. Where's that at?
Caldor Fire. It's out in Nevada, California, and Nevada, right there near Lake Tahoe. It is huge. I think it was at 200,000 acres and closing in fast. And they had evacuated tens of thousands.
You were just there.
I was just there, and a beautiful, by the way, absolutely unbelievable region of the country, a gorgeous area. In fact, my wife and I actually drove around the entire lake, and to know that may just be a charge.
Did you dip down into the water? Because I hear the water's pretty frigid.
It is chilly. It is chilly. I didn't swim in it.
No.
I didn't swim. But there were people in the water. I mean, there's always those polar bears that go off into the water. It doesn't matter what the temperature is.
I want that thing lukewarm. Worst case scenario.
Sailboards? There was a bunch of people on, like they had on
the wetsuit?
Wetsuits, and they were on sailboards.
Okay.
So they were having a fun time out there.
I mean,
yeah, they're not in the water a lot, but they got to be in the water every now and then. You do fall in.
I'll give you a story about this. So me and Sir Rick, we're up in that Boston area, north of that Exeter, New Hampshire area.
Right.
And so we go eat on the coast. We're there we fly in on the weekend, and we have, I think a meeting Monday. And we go out to this place in Rye, New Hampshire. I know you've been out there, Petey's.
Oh, yeah.
Lobster. Yes, there ain't nothing wrong with it. So we're out there, and it's right on the coast. And we're out there watching, and there it's snowing. It's like 22 degrees, already like 6 inches on the ground. Me and Rick are just,
cold.
We're not cold. We're miserable.
It's cold.
And people are surfing.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can't take a surfer away from it. It doesn't matter.
I'm like, where did I go wrong here? Is this even happening?
This isn't California.
You're out there, and it's not 2, 3, or 4 of them.
Right.
I mean, it's 20 plus guys, gals. Parents,
out there.
Parents, kids. I mean, it's just like.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, just don't happen to a dry lander.
No, and you think about it, and you want to believe it or not, that water out in the Pacific, on the Pacific Northwest, the water's cold too. I mean,
No. It is frigid.
that water out in the Pacific Northwest is cold too,
No, no.
and they're out there surfing every day, and it doesn't matter. And no, that's a little too cold for me. I'm the Gulf guy. I'm out in the Gulf, and you can. And the nice thing about the Gulf is you can walk out in the Gulf of Mexico at Galveston Island. You can just walk, keep walking and walking, and it may get deep for a minute. Then you hit a sandbar, and you can't even see you out there, and you're up, and it's up to your knees, and you can barely see the people on there. You go out of the Carolinas, you walk 6 feet, and it's up to here. The water just drops off.
I want to say that area in Carolina right there is like one of the highest ratio for a shark bite.
I didn't know that.
I want to say Florida is. I want to say the Jacksonville side is the highest in that area. I want to say.
Well, and when you say that, when you say the highest, do you mean like 3 a year, or do you mean like 100 a year?
Hundreds a year. You can
I need some fact checker.
You can fact check me on that, but I want to say Jacksonville.
I don't think there's 100 shark bites in the United States a year.
100% in that Jacksonville area.
I want to see in the Jacksonville area
I
alone.
want to say I think it is.
How many shark attacks were in the world?
Hold up, South Carolina area.
Shark Week fact.
What's that? That little region island right out is on the South Carolina side or North Carolina side?
It's on North Carolina, but the Grand Banks. You talking about
yes,
that? Yeah.
That area right there, I think, is in the top 5 of shark bites. So it's up there quite a bit.
Okay,
as well.
We're talking top 5. What does that mean? I want to know.
States. I'm just saying.
If there are 100.
Okay. All right. So the U.S. leads the world in the number of unprovoked bites at 33
for the year.
Yes,
okay.
on average.
That's not 100.
And 3 fatal.
3 fatal.
That counts as 10.
That's a double or up. That's like a scoop up, right?
Yeah, that's top 10. You lose a limb, that's top 5.
That is top 5.
You lose a life, that's times 10.
That's a double or up. That's like a bonus.
No, that's times 10.
But no, I'll tell you what, that's a lot more than I thought there were in the United States. I thought there was only about 15 or 20. But
what's the highest location?
Does it say or most?
So, are you talking about country or are you talking about specific?
In the U.S.? Where in the U.S.
yes,
is it?
Because we're going to send over there.
It's probably where all the surfers go. It doesn't. Oh wait, here it is. No, it's not. Florida at 16.
Oh, there it is. Almost half.
I know, but what side? Can we get like?
It's got to be the Atlantic.
Oh, so Florida at 16, Hawaii at 5, California at 4. So it seems like it's more Atlantic.
The Hawaii and the California are probably your deadly. Because that's the old big blue, that's the white shark. Great
whites.
Yes, yeah, you ain't dealing with them.
Well, I'll tell you, wherever it is, it's scary business, right? I mean, shark in the white, to me, there's a few things I don't.
Drive Safe Day video with this.
No.
You still owe us the snake bite?
No, I'm not doing a snake bite video.
We're talking about grass snakes.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about distracted driving. Hey, there was before we go into that, a little bit of distracted, not paying attention to what you're doing. There was a lady that tried to get on had a fake, you know how they got the Moderna fake cards or whatever? Okay, she misspelled Moderna on the card. So he put an A in there, and they're like, I don't think this is right. Handwritten, yeah, Moderna misspelled, trying to go to Hawaii with a fake card. First of all, downloaded it.
I mean, not a bad try.
Downloaded it from the internet.
Not a bad try.
Then filled it in. She's gonna go. She's in big trouble. You can get in big trouble.
Coming?
Yeah, that right there. That's a federal document, and that's like borderline treason, right? When you take a United States federal document and you alter it. So you can do some serious federal time. I mean, you bypass the state, you bypass the municipality, you go straight to the federal judge. I mean,
you get easier time. Think about it.
But you don't get any good time. I mean,
True enough.
It's
day for day.
It's day for day. There's no good time. So yeah, you know what? Pay attention to what you're doing, right? If you're gonna
MO, not MA.
Pay attention to what you're doing. And you know, we continue to talk about distracted driving and what we're doing, but before we get into that, they have Tesla also. Oh, no. I wanted to talk to you about the video games. I wanted to go there before we get into the distracted driving. I saw this article yesterday, and it intrigued me a lot that China.
So you would be in trouble on this. Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely be in trouble. But I'm over the age of 18, so it's not a big deal. But China is going to limit anyone under the age of 18 to 3 hours a week of video games. So all these online video games, these League of Legends, these World at War, all these big gaming, online gamings, nobody from China is going to get to play them until the weekend, and they get 1 hour a day on the weekend at a specific time. So if you're out there and you're a gamer, what is that?
I mean, specific time. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
1 hour on the weekend.
No, they're limiting it to a specific hour on the weekends. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you get 1 hour. No gaming on Monday through Thursday.
Oh wow!
And you have to submit your state government ID.
Yeah, you have to admit. Yeah, you got to go through a deal. So can you imagine how many people will be online in these gaming sites at that time? If you got a billion, 1 point.
It's probably when their power usage is down. That way they can go ahead and fill that void right there. Knowing China, it'd probably be a pretty good move. Like,
I'm just saying, if I'm
our
on
power grid is really
I'm probably
good
not on my Xbox during these times because you're probably not going to get into the gaming site or be able to. It'll be crowded, right? The gaming sites will be actually packed during these times. But a lot of these games come from this region. I mean, the Chinese. They have multi-billion-dollar industries over there that I think League of Legends and what's the one where you get dropped in and you shoot everybody? I can't think of the name.
It's every other
Fortnite.
That's a Chinese owned company.
Is Fortnite still a thing?
Yeah, of course it's still a thing.
No, I was just curious. I mean, it's been going on for a while, right?
Yeah, it's still a thing. It's still a thing.
Do you play Fortnite?
I have played Fortnite.
Do you still?
I do not still play Fortnite. I'm more of a Call of Duty person. You know that. You probably already know that. And a Halo person. Halo's coming out with a new game in December.
Jack, are you a video?
I play strategy video games.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got this one where you're kind of you're an empire, and it's not Age of Empires, but it's pretty cool. It's called a 1800, and you like take over other colonies and have some warfare.
I remember
and stuff.
1842, the playing game.
That was 1942, but
it was
yeah. It was 1942. Yeah, it was a World War II game, and
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was fun.
30 years ago.
But that's they're going to restrict that, and they're making it so kids can only play for 3 hours. Do you think that would go over well in here? I mean,
no, it wouldn't go over well. Is it a bad idea? No, it's not a bad idea. If you can manage it and make it happen, no, it's not a bad idea. I mean, kids need to get off and get outside.
Oh,
but one of the things too is this ties into China's social credit system. So, for example, if you're over 18, but they see you logging in and playing for 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week, they'll dock you on your social credit. So if you want to go take out a loan, you want to get car insurance, you want to buy a house, you don't get priority. You want to take a plane somewhere, no, you have to take a train. It's all part of tying in social credit.
Yeah,
and that's all true.
Well, I guarantee you, just like everything else, and China's not susceptible to this either. Somebody's going to figure out a way how to shade up the system, and they're going to video game all day and still get all their social credit.
The only bad thing about that.
So what they do is they game on PCs because this is really only for mobile phones where it's banned.
Well, there you go.
Right, because it uses the facial recognition. That's why China has such a big PC gaming market, where people just build their own PC and can get around the system.
Yeah, they're working to change that too. So they're already in the process.
And they'll in the black market will be ahead of that too.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying. I just think it's crazy.
So let's just don't think they're deprived. Okay, so you can't get on your phone for 3 hours. Well, all right. Let me build a PC. And
I'm not saying it.
I mean, there's other ways around.
Of course, there are other ways around it. There's always a way around the system. I know you've been working every system you've ever been around, but there are ways to get around the system. I agree with you. All right, so let's talk. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to show a video on distracted driving and talk a little bit about that.
What do we got?
Oh, about a minute. Usually we.
Okay. want me to play that one right now? Okay, 'cause I didn't have any content to play. I didn't have any.
You have that video, right?
Yeah, I have it in here.
Can you play it?
Yeah, I can play it right now.
No. Wait till you come back to the video. Maybe you have it. All right, here we are. We're back, and we're talking a little bit about distracted driving. Brian, when we used to first ride together, would you admit you were really bad about distracted driving? I mean, would you admit that you scared everybody in the car?
Yeah, I did, and I thought about it, and I said, hey, don't be careless. Practice situational awareness. I mean, that's what I thought about.
What a jerk. Here it is, Thursday.
What?
Oh, nothing. Okay, so let's talk about.
Yes,
there was a time.
Horrible.
Well, there was a time that you would. I'm seriously.
We're going to Houston, and I'm freaking.
And I'm like, why are you driving? He's checking, and you're not just. Let's be honest. You're checking emails. And,
oh yeah.
And
I'm
reading.
not doing socialized.
No.
that's
Don't
business.
think he's texting and he's doing video games. The dude is straight up reading emails, 100% reading an email and responding.
Was responding.
And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, he's not looking up at all.
I was like,
yeah, it's peripheral.
Hey.
And you and I both know that's not good.
No,
it's not
bad
good.
idea. So,
bad idea.
So now, even now.
Yeah, no.
Since the show, totally
absolutely changed. He never, he yelled at me the other day. I got in the car, and we were pulling out of the parking lot, and I was getting into my pocket because my phone is big, and it was way down here, and I needed.
Or was it your stomach hitting your?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. And I took my seatbelt off to get it, and he reaches over and he smacks. Wear your seatbelt. I'm like, I'm getting my phone. And I can't get it with the seatbelt on. And he was like,
I got a problem with. I mean,
yeah,
seatbelts feel. If you do your job. I mean, seatbelts feel comfortable. I mean, they lock you in. You feel secure. That's the way at least I feel these days. And I have a problem with it. Not only if I protect my life, the person to the right of me is going to protect their life.
No, and it's the law, and it's important. And every ride in the United States should be in a seatbelt. But back to the point of distracted driving, I've gotten to where I like hands-free calling. It's the
only way I do it.
Yeah, I just use hands-free calling and then just talk on the hands-free. And I like that you can actually just talk into the telephone what to do and stuff like that. Just say, hey, I don't want to do it now because it'll do it, but hey, phone, call my wife, and it'll call my wife, and I don't even have to touch any button or I don't have to see anything. You just tell it to call, and then she calls and then tells you what to do. So that
kind of yes.
Then she gets, and you get to call and find out what is it my job duties are for the day. But you know what? As
Your list.
And I think that we think that we can do both, right? That we've got this. We're a great driver, and we got this, and we can do both. I want to show y'all a video. It's a French video. It's from a driving school, but they're actually they're making somebody text and drive through an obstacle course, and they have a certain amount of time to do both. And now it's in French. There are subtitles, but you 100% get the gist of it. Hey, if you'll go ahead and roll that video.
Il y a une note ministérielle qui vient de tomber, je ne sais pas si tu es au courant, il y a toutes des mesures au niveau sécurité routière qui vont être prises. On va au contraire obliger les gens à savoir utiliser un GSM en conduisant. Dans le périmètre maintenant, on va devoir passer à un test GSM. Tu dois pouvoir envoyer un SMS et éviter un obstacle et passer à côté.
Oh putain!
Ah oui. C'est pas moi qui l'ai inventé, tu peux regarder ici, voilà. Ouais.
Il y en a beaucoup qui vont se cracher avec ça, je te dis que ça.
Je veux bien croire, hein. Voilà, ton GSM, je vais chercher tes frites. Regarde tout ce qu'on s'en va.
Ah oui.
Oh là là. Nous rentrerons en retard ce soir. Et attention que je corrige les fautes après, hein. Regarde comment tu m'as écrit, Nicole. Oh là.
Ah oui, c'est impossible.
Ah, je suis de retour ce soir. Oh, ouais, là,
Non, c'est...
ah ouais, là ça te valait, hein. Bon, t'imagines, ça c'est un enfant. Enfin, vas-y. 443.
Honnêtement, j'ai l'impression d'être un connard qui
Ouais.
sait pas du tout conduire,
Voilà,
en fait.
voilà, exactement. Et
J'ai
beaucoup de
écrit
temps,
n'importe quoi, hein.
tu n'auras pas ton permis à cause de ça.
À cause de ça,
Oui.
bah, c'est dangereux ce que vous faites.
Si la loi passe, je roule plus.
Non. Tu tournes, oui, mais... Regarde la route. Oh.
Non, mais j'arrive pas. Hein.
Il va y avoir des tués.
Il va y avoir des tués, hein.
Il va y avoir des morts sur les routes.
Je sais pas conduire, attraper mon GSM. Moi, je sais pas faire les deux, quoi.
Hein?
C'est trop dangereux.
Je sais pas le faire, c'est pas possible.
What a great video. What a great way to show that, hey, by the way, not only here's your driving test, but you have to know how to, you have to be able to do it.
And if a young person can't do it,
Yeah.
we dang sure can't do it. Because you ever watch a young person text?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's like their thumbs are flying off. It's the most.
Or one-handed too. They can do one-handed,
But they're
two-handed.
doing thumbs.
Oh, and I mean, they're amazing.
I bet your thumb speed in today's youth is 10 times greater than
Thumb
ours.
speed.
I mean, just think about it. I can't even. This is the fast I can move my thumb. I could probably do that 15 times within that little.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of times I've actually
That's
told my daughter, here,
impressive.
just text for
Like,
her.
all right, go ahead. This is what I want to say.
Because it's a long text, and first of all, I hate texting. I'm not a big fan of texting anyway. Why? If you got something
You're
to say,
not just a big fan of communication.
whatever. And then I call, and I'll call and talk. I'm a call talk guy, and because I like to talk. And
Shocker.
but I'll call.
Bet y'all don't know that BCB Live.
But I like to talk, but you know what? You can't do it. You can't be distracted. And the video demonstrates not only were they being asked to do it, they were required to do it, and they were doing it, and they were running. My favorite one is when he didn't put his seatbelt on, and he flew into the dashboard.
And in the great, I think the greater spot of the whole video is all the young people in there said, every young, old boy, girl, man, child, whatever, said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
It's not safe. We're gonna kill people. If you look at the young man, he goes, people will die.
I won't even get,
Yes.
If this becomes a law, I'm not driving.
Yes, people will die, and that's what happens.
That is what happens.
On the real, people die from this, and we have to stop. And so Cynthia and I were coming back. Houston? No, we were coming back from dropping Gavin off for college,
right.
And we were coming back, and I see this 18-wheeler kind of just all over the place. So I back off, and I'm in the passing lane, in the left-hand lane. I back off and I go, you know what? I'm not going to let anybody get, ahead of me.
Right.
I want to kind of hold up until this trucker recorrect. So finally, get some correction.
Right.
So I say, all right, cool. And I kind of get up beside them and make sure that, hey, are they not tired? I was going to wave them down.
Right.
Hey, just relax. Go ahead and pull over. I'll give them, hey, you're okay. And guess what I saw right when I pulled up? Right here. Phone here, doing, I don't know what, and you can't do that.
No, you can't.
I mean, especially with 80,000 pounds hammering down the asphalt. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it in a car. You can't do it in a truck, a big truck. You can't do it on a bicycle.
Yeah, there's so many there, and the phone is probably, to me, I believe the phone is truly our biggest distraction. I mean,
I'm surprised people are not
with neck
neck
problems. I got neck problems.
Hey, my name is David Dover.
But it's become it's a real thing, and it's a real issue, and I don't know. We introduced a couple of apps, and we're even talking about it, and the distracted driving, I truly think if you understand how dangerous it is, and you believe to yourself you can't do it, you can make a change, right? You can do the difference. You can make a difference, and you can do something different out there each on there that wants to holler at us about distracted driving on the video. Anybody got their hand raised? If you do, or if you want to say something about the video that you saw, just go ahead and give us raise your hand real quick, and we'll call on you. But I'm telling you, videos like this bring out the truth of what's going on, and we've seen so many people hurt, killed, and we have to figure out a better way as a country and as a people to not make big mistakes like this. Look, it's just like drinking and driving, right? In a sense, you're making a bad decision before you get behind the wheel.
Video had killed the radio star.
Video killed the nice 80s pull in, and then it's just a bad decision. And then you get into this and you start texting and driving. It's a bad decision. It's just as bad because your reaction time. That's like drinking when you're getting in the car.
Then if you're drinking, texting, and driving, then
that's
the trifecta, right?
That's the trifecta. But it's the same thing. You're not watching what you're doing. You're not able to react timely. And that's what drinking and driving does. It impairs your ability to react correctly, make good decisions on the road.
Because your eyes are focused in the wrong direction.
Correct. And your attention is focused in the wrong direction, just like you are when you're drinking, just like you are. All of us agree that alcohol and the road don't mix. But I'm telling you,
it's just texting, answering emails.
Right. Those things right there, it's the same thing. It's the same result because you're not able to react to what's going on out there.
And did you see that they said that the age of 25 and under is where the bulk of it's happening, and that does make sense. You got your youthful drivers, not experienced, not knowing situations,
and out there, and they're so ingrained in the phone anyway. You know, they said, what was it the interviewer said that Corey said the other day? Everybody 88 times an hour we look at our phones. 88 times on the average. So some of us is more, some of us is less, but average 88 times an hour that we look at our phones.
168 too.
And it's concerning because I don't want our drivers out there looking at the phone 88 times an hour. I don't want any driver out there today looking at. I don't want anybody behind the wheel
of truckers. We're talking
everybody behind the wheel.
We're talking people going to work.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we've got to figure out a better way. You know, these phones have the technology to not be engaged when you're driving. They actually do. They actually have the technology behind them that they can do these things, and because they have the GPS markers.
I wouldn't mind that being mandatory.
The only issue is, and this is the argument, the only issue is if you're the passenger or if you're in the back seat, you know, or you're on a bus, or you're on a bus, or you're on a train, you know, you're moving. So there's different ways in which you can disengage it, but I do believe that we have to find a conscientious effort in our heart and in our passion. Yeah. We have to make that genuine decision to be safe and change the way we see it. And change the way, from the bottom to the top, we have to understand that this decision on distracted driving is real and it kills people. And if we could change that, we could change in a vast amount of deaths and and injuries and wrecks and damages on the road. If we could stop this, we talked about drunk driving and mad and got behind that, and that has changed dramatically over the years. Drunk driving, it has gone down a lot. It hasn't stopped 100%, but it's gone down a lot, and people know the full ills of it. When I was a kid, drinking and driving was just something that or when I was younger and you went back, it wasn't.
Back in the 40s, it wasn't a big thing.
No, Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You know what? I'm not even going to go into there.
Many vehicles on the road, and anyways. But it is Thankful Thursday.
It is.
And we need to close it out, I believe.
We do. So it is Thankful Thursday. We want to remind everybody, hey, man, we appreciate what you do. We appreciate how you do it. And we appreciate the hard decisions that you have to make out there every day. Knowing to not get distracted, knowing when to pull over when you're tired, because to me, tired is distracting. Fatigue is a distraction. And also for me, hungry is a distraction.
It is. I'll fully agree with that.
Hungry is a distraction. And whatever the distraction is behind the wheel, it can be a many number of things, even changing the radio station, even repositioning your map, or doing any of these things. All these things take away from your ability to stay focused on the road. And we want you to make sure that whatever it is you're doing, when that truck or that vehicle or what is going on is moving, is that you're doing your best to pay attention to what's in front of you, what's around you, and what you can do to make it better each and every time. We'll be right back with Buckle Up Bob with weather and with traffic in just a second.
He missed that.
All right. Hey, welcome back and good morning, everybody. It is Thankful Thursday. Want to thank each and every driver that's out there listening. Well done. You know, as you heard last Thursday by Mr. Ted Nugent, you know, you are the lifeline, if you will, to this country, and we appreciate all that you do. And so one of the things we're going to start doing is we're going to start at some of the main major cities in the area that is actually up and running now. Of course, California is 2 years behind, or 2 years, 2 hours behind, maybe 2 years behind. But right now in the DFW area, you can see Dallas has a lot of red, a lot of traffic congestion, as this time of the morning would suggest. There are a few accidents out there, but mainly all in the Dallas area. We've got a little bit out here in Fort Worth. Height 30 is actually fairly clean, except for that Arlington area. That is always that way. And then again, you've got 20, looks pretty good. But then up here in Dallas and north of Dallas is where all the population is. And it is getting congested, 75. You know, the Turnpike. And what else? We got 635 is always a loop as well. So then we got the Kansas City traffic. Again, not too bad. Kansas City, if you're out there driving in Kansas City area, you know, downtown Kansas City, yeah, but all around it looks pretty good this morning. And then we go to Chicago. So when we look up at Chicago, there we go, Chicago. As you might imagine, the 290, the 55, everything's congested in Chicago. 90, 94 going out. So if you're in that Chicago area, expect some traffic. A lot of delays going on there. And we'll jump over to Philly, or as the Dallas fans call it, filthy. Right? No, I'm just kidding. If you're from Philly, it's good. But you can see Philadelphia, again, a lot of red, a lot of traffic, a lot of construction going on. You know, even the loops, the Turnpike 76, all the way into Conshohocken. Did I say that right? All right. You know, and the South Philly and the New Jersey, not so bad. But that Philadelphia area, 95, 476, all congested. Going to expect some delays there. And then we're going to drop to Atlanta. You can see Atlanta, heavy rush hour traffic, 20 east, west, the 75, 85 going north, out of Atlanta and into Atlanta. The 285 loop up north got a lot of traffic as well. You see a lot of red. So red is, it's going about 20 miles an hour, if that. So again, you could be stopped. And then we go to the Nashville area. Again, a metroplex here for truckers going through. So 24, 40 is the main thing through there. Coming out the west side of Nashville, not so bad, but everything seems to be congested on the east and the southeast portion of Nashville. So that's your traffic for this morning. And now we're going to jump over to the weather because we got a lot of some weather going on. As we can see, we got a storm system up there in Minnesota, the Dakotas, stretching all the way into Kansas. Not much else going on. As you can see, Ida is now kind of going out into the ocean. But our winds, right there where them storm system is, you can see the 36 mile an hour gusts. These are just typical wind gusts as we go through. As the day goes through, we get in the afternoon, see a little uptick, but nothing that's crazy. So we should get a pretty good break in the winds today. Fargo, chance of some severe thunderstorms this afternoon. So the severe weather outlook is going to be up here in the Minnesota and the Dakotas with some scattered thunderstorms possible through Nebraska, Kansas, down here in New Orleans. Louisiana needs no more rain, but they're going to have a chance for some more. Florida, the Jacksonville area. And then the rain moves out up here where there was, I believe there were several tornadoes. I think they had 8 people die up here in the tornadoes activity, and there's flooding. So, again, in that New Jersey area as well. So the one thing that we were talking about, and it did overnight turn into a hurricane. Let's go to the wind gusts. It shows it better. This is now Hurricane Larry as a Category 1. Again, all the models, if I take it out to Friday, next Friday that is, it is still forecast to miss the U.S. Let's see if they change that. Yeah. So you can kind of see as we put it in motion, it is supposed to kind of drift back, but it's going to be huge. I mean, the wind forecast 140, so that's going to be pushing Category 5 is 155, so we're 130, I believe, or 140 is Category 4. So, again, going to be a really strong one, which is really kind of, the Atlantic waters are usually cooler than the Gulf. So, for this to get that big, this is going to be a big storm, and you can see the area out there. So, we'll keep an eye on that, make sure the models do not change in the coming days. Next week, we'll really keep an eye on this as well. So, again, as you can see, looks like the forecast for a lot of wind in a week. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. And tomorrow, the winds, again, not going to expect a whole lot on the winds. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with some safety.
All right, and we're back here, and we got Buckle Up Bob. Bob, what have you got as far as safety? I know we got a safety topics you're working on. What are we working on?
We are working on the BCBs of safety for all drivers out there. These are what is considered as some of the most critical things. There's a lot of things you all have to decide, process, just kind of make sure that you're thinking about all these things as you're driving, which again is a distraction in itself. And that's really our fourth topic, is the distracted driving. When you ask most people what is distracted driving, what's the number one cause, I'll bet you 90% of them say cell phone. And that's really not the case. The actual case is there's a lot of things that can distract you. It is the belief that all accidents are a form of distracted driving because a driver made a mistake in a decision-making process. So something had to affect that decision-making process. And it could be, I've been driving for 35 years, I'm bigger, they're going to slow down. it's a false perception, but it could be that distraction in your thinking. Some of the things that can lead to it as we talk about fatigue. Fatigue is probably, I think, one of the number one causes of distracted driving because when you're tired, that's how the bad decisions can be made. You quit thinking about, you're not able to focus and think about all the things. You're not able to multitask, right? That's what you're doing when you're processing all these things.
You know, to me, and Bob, I jump right in here. You know, when you get tired and you get fatigued, you're rubbing your eyes, right? And you're trying to, you know, you're getting this going right here, and you're looking for your coffee, and you're trying to figure out, you know, and you're trying to get comfortable, and you're trying to make sure that you can do what you can do to stay awake, and your mind's drifting a little bit because you're tired, and you're thinking about, and those are a big distraction. You know, just those little things right there keep your eyes off of the road, and being fatigued slows your ability to make quicker decisions, right? And slows your reaction time, right? Yep. Just like all these other things that we're talking about. To me, whatever distraction you're doing slows your reaction time in the moment. Yes. Slows your ability to do what needs to be done in that decision-making process before it gets done, right? Mm-hmm. So whether it is you're fatigued, or you're looking at the phone, or you're playing with a radio, or you're eating a hamburger and it's spilling mustard and you're trying to get it off of your shirt, or you're doing all of these things that cause this distraction, it slows your ability to, it slows your reaction time in doing it in the moment, right? Because things happen right then, every time. And that's what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. There was a video out there where a guy had a brand new truck, decked out beautifully, reached for his coffee, and split right through a guardrail, destroyed the truck. And it was just a matter of reaching for that drink, right? And so, you know, there's all kinds of distractions out there. And what you've got to realize, and I really think we reach for that drink, or I know for me, when texting or when I was looking at my cell phone back in the day, it was because I didn't believe anything was going to happen. It's not going to happen. I can do this, right? We have this false sense that we can do this, and it's not really a distraction. I really think that's the key. Is you think when you look at that phone, it's 1 second glance and you're back on the road. But the reality is it's 3, 4, and up to 5 or 6 seconds in some cases. And that's a long time to not be looking where you're going at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. Have you ever actually had anything fall in the floorboard on the passenger side, and then you try to reach for it while you're driving? You know what I'm talking about, when something has fallen either off of the console or fallen off of the seat, and it fell into the floorboard or whatever, or a drink. Sometimes, like, I think I had a drink with a lid on it. And it fell into the floorboard, and it's leaking out now, right? It's leaking. I got to get that drink, right, before the lid pops off, and you're trying to reach for it, and you're trying to drive, and you're trying to look. You know, these are bad decisions, right? You spilled the drink. Realize you spilled the drink.
It is what it is.
Pull over and clean it up.
Clean it
up.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You may have to shampoo the carpet.
We got to try to figure out a better way to come up with the best decisions in these moments, right? We got to tell ourselves it's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it to text and drive. It's not worth it to get the drink that's spilled over there. It's not worth it because somebody's life is in danger, and you have it in your hands to make that decision.
You know, and that's a great point. I've talked to drivers over the years, and one of the things that's always amazing is when you bring examples of that, or you know, hey, it's just a few seconds. So you're saying that life is worth a few seconds of not your attention, right? Or and right away the driver's saying, well, you're saying I'm unsafe. No, we're saying the action is unsafe. Right. You may be a safe driver, but you believe what you did was safe, and it's just not. We're trying to show the action is unsafe, not that you're an unsafe driver. And so when drivers, when you're hearing this stuff and you roll your eyes or whatever, you've got to realize that you're human. You're not robots. You're not machines. You don't have the accident avoidance systems built into you like the equipment does, right? That can fix all that. And there's so much more that can cause distractions. We talked about fatigue, emotions, right? You could be upset with your dispatch. You just got changed. Customer canceled the load. Now you got this crappy load on you, you know, because that's all that was there. Your health, right? We talk a lot about driver health. Health can be a distraction if you're not taking your medication properly. Absolutely. We've seen that over the years. Stress and just life in general can distract you. You know, people want to keep thinking that drivers are robots. that they don't have a life. You know, they're just driving a truck. Well, they've got the same problems you and I have, right? They've got the kids at home that aren't behaving or aren't doing what the mama tells them, right? And the mom calls dad while he's driving. And now he's thinking about, oh, man, what mess I got to go to when I get back, right?
Yeah, we all have the same issues. And stress is real. And if you don't believe that stress is real in so many ways, everybody worries about their finances, right? In some way, shape, form, or fashion. Everybody worries about their home life. Everybody worries about, we all have parents, or we all have kids, or we all have a significant other in which we worry about their safety. We worry about their health. And these are real moments. These are real things in time that and I'll tell you that pets can be a distraction in the truck.
Yes.
And they can be a distraction in the car. They got to be able to not be a distraction when you're driving. I'm not saying that you can't have a pet, but you got to understand that them barking or whatever, it can't be your attention, right? What your attention is to the road. And that's what we're talking about here, is the simple decision to realize that whatever it is you're doing out there is fundamentally important. What do you got? You got some videos?
Yeah, well, we're going to have some videos, but, I just kind of want to talk about that stress again. Drivers, I can't appeal to you enough that your body is being stressed whether your mind says it's not, okay? There's a reason. Doctors will not take your blood pressure if you drive over 30 minutes to an appointment until you've sat there for almost 45 minutes, because just the act of driving alone will raise your blood pressure. So again, you don't feel it, but it's a fact. So what you got to understand is that your body is feeling that stress, and stress is the number one cause of fatigue, right? And fatigue is one of the number one causes of distracted driving. So you can see how this all connects the dots. So just the act of what you do, your job in general is stressful. Probably stressful more than most any other job, that there's enough of, I guess pilots, air traffic controllers, they say, are very stressed out. But I mean, when you look at the amount of trucks that are on these highways, and then they've got to deal with the amount of cars that aren't trucks on the highway, with construction, workers, emergency crews, all that, you are under stress every minute you are driving. And so you've got to realize that by the end of the day, that will take its toll on your body. Whether you feel it or not, you will be stressed. We're going to go right into some videos there.
All right, we'll start with the following distance one.
Great job here. I believe, again, great space, decent. Maybe like a little bit more delay on the lane change, but really all in all, that car was pulling away. Really nothing to go on there. Great job by this driver. Just terrific textbook. There's enough traffic here that you've got to be mindful of it. Cars were pulling away. The gap starts to close. Everybody checks up. A nice, safe lane change.
All right, want to go into the next one?
Here, this driver is in, sorry, I'm out of order here. One of the good things about this is, we talk a lot for drivers on the show to, when you're moving and when you're able to stop, you want to see that pavement. Because if you can see that pavement, you're at least 10 feet or more behind that vehicle. Drivers on the show have said many times, look at that reflection in that hood of your vehicle. So when you're driving at high speeds, if you can see that, you're too close. But here, it's stop and go, not much going on. So great job here. Always being able to see that road, Dave.
I typically don't use the reflection deal because sometimes the truck's just dirty. and you can't, that's not, you can't use that as your go get 'em or your what have you. But that pavement out there in front, when you're in that stop and go, that right there, those moments when you're in traffic, like, that's stressful too. We continue to talk about it. You're in these moments. We've all seen these stop and goes. It's very, very.
So we're going to change your name to Drive Dirty Dave.
No, Drive Dirty Dave.
Drive Dirty Dave. It rolls. What else we got there? We got some good ones coming up here yet.
We got one labeled "Not Our Truck, but Why Do This?" So
yes.
Let's roll into this one.
Look at his truck. I mean, if that's 10 feet, that's all it is.
Okay.
And you've got the median. There's some construction going on in the middle, it looks like. There's nowhere for that to go. You know, in fact, I would even caution this driver that's in the right lane here, hey, back out of this, because if something goes wrong in those two, they can't go left. They're coming to you. And so you want to, learn from the situational awareness. Horrible video by another driver, but back out of that lane. What's your favorite thing? Let's crazy be crazy.
Yeah, let crazy be crazy. You got this guy's obviously wanting to get by. He's way out there riding on trying to get his attention of the driver in front of him to move over. That our driver, as you can tell, you can't see it, but our guy or gal starts to back off in the video, notices what's going on here, and then decides. If you can see where we are now, we start to move away from the vehicle. We are starting to give them plenty of space and whatever, and continue to back away from this. I think this is right here. This truck driver is trying to push this other truck, and it's not going to work. All he's doing is endangering us, himself, and everybody around him in this rig. And this is bad news right
Yeah,
here.
and I stood there, and I kept waiting for that rock hauler or whatever, that dump truck, to jump out, and there's a truck out in that lane. And then what's going to happen if somebody blows a tire? But yes, great job by this driver.
All right, rolling into the next one.
Yeah, here,
I'm not sure I don't even understand this.
I don't. And I'm looking, in fact, I'm going to get the producer to try to get me some information. I was able to figure out that this must be a brokered load because the trailer is PVG and the truck there is Delta Express. So I'm going to assume that it's a brokered load, but I've got both. I'm going to I've got some numbers to call and just say, this is unacceptable. We will share the video with them and let them know that they've got a driver out there that's risking life.
Yeah, passing on the shoulder like this for no reason whatsoever, that to me is just a scary situation. What are they getting out of this? I mean, where are we going? I mean, honestly, Bob, where are we going?
And I think at the end, they come back in the, yeah. So it wasn't like they were looking at an exit that was close by. They just passed two vehicles.
Is that the one right next to the scale house? Is that what that is?
I can't see what the white sign is.
No, I think that's the transponder sign, the one that says.
Let's see. Yeah, that might say all trucks must exit.
Yeah, I think that's the. I can't read it.
That is in Mississippi.
Oh, wait a minute. Transponder equipped trucks follow in
cab signals.
Yeah, they're coming up to a scale house and they're running and they're passing on the right. Yeah, this is a great move. Yeah, I thought this was.
You're talking about no situational awareness.
I saw that sign and I was like, I know that sign from somewhere. I mean, I've seen them a million times, but I'm telling you, the move is just insane. And don't do this. Don't make this decision.
And drivers out there, all drivers, when you see something like this, text in to BCB Live with some numbers, a DOT number or whatever, so that we can help you keep the highway safe. This is not is a thing for all drivers out there, right? Every driver has a responsibility to keep the highway safe, keep their industry safe. That's what BCB Live's about. Being the safest station in the nation means appealing to all drivers out there, that we get drivers out here that think this is okay to know that it's not. And so it's not enough just to capture it on a video. We want to get a hold of that company and let them know. Share the video with them. Hey, have your drivers tune into here so that you can get the information and see how dangerous the roadways are out there.
Right.
And I think we got one more.
We do. Here we go.
All the time talk on this show about, when there's a line of traffic, you have to slow down even though there's nothing in your lane, because 1 out of 5 will jump out of that line. They're going to get impatient. There you can see the arrow, so they're all going to come over at some point.
Right.
So you've got, maybe slow down a little bit here. There was one, and I think one jumps out right in front. Yeah, there it comes. So as you can see, 2 do at the same time, and then there you are if you're flying by here. So drivers, when you see traffic backed up, maybe you don't get to see that arrow where it's going to force them. You don't know, but just trust that statistics are right here when it says 1 out of 5 will jump out, because there's 2 out of 4 right there that jumped out. So the average goes way up.
Look, I'm just going to say, here's an opportunity to demonstrate courtesy whenever you can. Make sure that if you got room or time, you're the blocker out there, and you can save some time out there by allowing some of these people in and continue on. Look, these four-wheelers will get out of your way quickly.
Yes.
Even if you're going slow like this, get some of them out of there. Let them in. Let them go. Obviously, they've been waiting there a while, and they're trapped.
Yes.
Do what you can to help be the king and the queen of the road. And being courteous out there and making sure that everybody is safe. You have an opportunity to demonstrate that. Do that as a big truck.
Yeah,
right?
they're going to jump out anyway.
Right.
Give them the space so that they know they're safe to do so.
Absolutely.
You know, if you get that in-between space, they don't know, and that's when the indecisions come. Somebody checks up where they didn't have to because they just don't know your intentions. When you slow that speed and increase that space, drivers out there, you're letting them know, hey, come on over, buddy, because you're right. They're already impatient. They are going to get in front of you. Actually, they're going to be very thankful. Most drivers are very thankful when a trucker lets them in, and then they just take off.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're
gone. And you're already at almost a stop speed anyway.
Yes.
So you just take the opportunity. You can flash them or give them the signal, hey, I'm ready. Come on. And then, you know what, because they're right there, something bad can happen later if somebody's driving too fast, right? And they're trying to get in because they're going to get impatient. All right. Hey, does anybody have anything they'd like to say before we go to the interview?
We do. From Tommy Jones, he says, I have no mic. The bus was trying to get over. I would have let him in first.
There you go.
Yeah, I seen that bus. Good job.
Yeah, great job. That's what we were talking about here. A little bit of courtesy goes a long way.
All right. Well, with that, we can go into our.
Dave, would you like to close us out with a
I got it on. It's on the interview.
It's on the interview. My bad.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's go into the interview.
All right.
Sorry about
Hey, everybody. This is Drive Safe Dave. We are here today on a Thankful Thursday to take an opportunity, a moment to step down, step back, and just take a pause with one of the drivers here at BCB Transport. And Abdullah, you are quite famous here at BCB. You know that, right?
I didn't.
Oh, come on. Don't be modest. You know you're quite famous.
Yeah.
Who do you not know over there in the dispatch office? Who do you not know in the owners and people that have been here a while? How long have we known each other?
About 10 years.
We've known each other about 10 solid years, right? Worked
Right.
together on many a thing.
Yeah.
So, and you have been, and you've had the same tractor, I believe, in all those 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So what? First of all, let's talk about owner-operator here, been here a long time, truck number 153, if I'm not mistaken.
It's still 153.
Still 153. In the, I believe it is the oldest owner-operator truck number that we have in the.
Could be.
Mine was 102 back a long time ago.
Yeah. I think how was what? How
109.
109? Okay.
Yeah, I still have. In fact, I still have his number on my phone. I still have Howard 109 still on my cell phone.
I just recently realized that he wasn't here.
No, he's not. He's living in San Antonio, and he's he's got a barbecue business, a flourishing barbecue business.
Is he doing well?
He is.
Okay.
From what I understand, he's doing very well. I talked to him not too long ago. He's doing really well. So let's talk about you.
Okay.
How long have you been driving?
About 21 years, something
About
like that.
21 years?
Mhm.
You like it?
Love it.
What do you like most about it?
Being on the road, being on the highway, I'm a loner. I think I'm a loner, and being by myself, don't have nobody over my shoulder telling me doing that.
Don't have somebody leaning in, going, hey, pushing you. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you? What time are you taking lunch?
Right. So that's pretty much it. And having the freedom just to travel, go here, go there, and enjoy it. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
And how many states you been in the 21 years?
I've been in all. I've been in all the
48,
lower 48. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in all 50, but I hadn't driven a truck in all 50. I didn't drive a truck in Hawaii.
Yeah. I'm going to say, if you've been over to Hawaii driving, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I hadn't been over there driving, but I did go there, but I didn't drive.
Oh,
over
okay.
And,
Well, good.
But I did drive a car, but does that don't?
No, that wouldn't count.
We
No.
don't count.
Did you hit a dock with it?
I did not hit a dock.
No, that don't count. That don't count.
You didn't bump a dock. We ain't keeping score.
No, yeah. You got to bump a dock.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we sit here and talk. You know, I know you've lived in Memphis basically the entire time you've been here, right?
Yes, since I've been here, yeah. But I'm originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, you are. Well, how long did you live there?
I was 17. My parents moved out to California.
Oh, and then you live. Where did you go to? Where did you live in Cali?
L.A., Los Angeles.
Oh, there's a place, right?
it was a new awakening for me.
I can guarantee Baton Rouge in L.A.
And I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No.
No.
As soon as I got out of high school, I had a scholarship to go to college.
Oh, nice.
Playing basketball, and that didn't work out for me. So I just joined the military and left there. Went overseas, stayed for 3 years. Played basketball with the I was on a German basketball team, and they tried to get me to stay over there, but I was ready to come home. I've been over there 3 years, and I didn't.
Where did you stay in Germany?
Naum, Germany.
Nice.
That's over there between Stuttgart and Augsburg.
Right where it's in the American sector.
Yeah.
What we used to call the American sector.
Uh-huh.
And I know right where it's at. I was in both in Würzburg and out by Tulsa down there on the border of Austria.
Okay. What part of the military you was in?
Army.
You saw me? How long did you stay in?
No. Now, when I lived in Germany, my dad was in the service. When I was with I was an Army brat in Germany in the 80s.
Ah, okay.
In the 70s.
Okay,
70s and
yeah.
80s. I was an Army brat. We were stationed over there. My father was stationed there with the Berlin Brigade in the 70s, and then he was with 3rd Infantry Division, Rock of the Marne in the 80s. But who were you with? What outfit were you with?
I was in the 1st of the 81st Field Artillery.
What division was that?
That's what division was that?
Was that 1st Infantry?
No, that wasn't 1st Infantry. That was I was more in the supply unit.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think of what division that was. I can't remember. That was wasn't sure if that it didn't have blue and you didn't have blue and white stripes on your patch.
No.
What did you have? Do you remember?
Well, I had I had the patch with the missile on it.
Huh?
That's what I had on. I can't remember what it was the 1st of the 81st Field Artillery.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what
and I was more like a supply clerk. You know?
Nice. Nice. And you got to play basketball.
And I got to play basketball. And the thing about it, I was able to be exempt from all guard duty.
Oh. Listen to that. Guard duty.
Yeah.
From all guard duty.
Yeah, I was exempt from that. So.
What years was that when you were over there?
I was over there from 75 to 77, 78.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went into the military, they was just ending the war, Vietnam War.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
The fall of Saigon was in 75.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so you played in Germany. It was probably a lot of fun.
It was loved. I loved it. As a matter of fact, if I wasn't so homesick, I think I'd still be over there because I got a chance to travel and and the country is real beautiful, beautiful country, and I love the train system. And
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
On time.
It's on time. It's gonna leave at 8:05. You need to get that. You need to get that at 8:01. So because they're gonna leave.
Out of the station.
It's gonna pull out of that station at 8:05.
100%.
Yeah.
It does that. And you know what? You can travel all over. As a student, when I was over there, I had a year rail pass, and I was able to travel. I could jump on any train and travel anywhere in the entire Europe as a student. I didn't have to pay what I didn't have to.
Oh, that's great. That was good.
I got to go anywhere and everywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
But
good.
I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun. Germany was a lot of fun. And then when you came back, what'd you do after that?
I came back and I started working for the Veterans Administration in California, in LA. And I worked there for a while, and then I switched over. No, I met my wife at the federal building, and my ex-wife. And met her, and then I I told her, I said, I don't want to raise a family out here in California, in this area here. So we moved back. We came back east there.
Where'd you go to?
Yeah. I mean, Memphis.
And came back to Memphis?
Yeah, because she's from Memphis.
What year was that?
I came back in 80. It was 80, my oldest son. I want to say 84. Came back in 84.
By the way, I hadn't even graduated high school yet. I just wanted everybody to know that. I just wanted everybody to be aware of that before we move on. And because everybody tells me I'm old and stupid, but I just want to let everybody know, hey, you got me beat, but you don't look like you're that much older than me.
You're 84? I mean, you graduated in 84?
85.
You graduated from high school in 85. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just a year or two younger than you. But you couldn't tell it because this guy looks amazing. I don't even want to guess how old.
65.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Definitely unbelievable. You know what? And that you mentioned that. I think I saw you out here like a year ago. I saw you out. You were exercising in the parking lot outside your truck.
I try to do that. I try to do exercise, do something every day. Push-ups, walk around the truck. I try to do something every day, and maintain a well-balanced meal.
This guy, full of health, full of vigor, out there doing it. And at 65, I wish I looked that good at 55 instead of like you at 65. You're in way better shape.
Well, thank you.
So came back, and then so you just started driving a truck basically in the 2000s.
In the
right?
2000s, yes. Mm-hmm.
What did you do before that? What did you basically do?
I worked for the post office for a while too.
Oh, okay.
I worked for the post office, and I didn't work with me. Like I said, I'm a loner.
Right, I got
and,
you. People always want to know what you're doing. When you're
right.
Post office. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? So I couldn't find out. I couldn't figure out what I really wanted to do. I was still wondering in the mind, trying to find my way.
We leap forward a little bit. We go to driving and stuff like that, and you came here as an owner operator. So pretty much half of your driving career has been here at BCB, right?
Right. I started out with MS Carriers.
Okay, who that is?
And Swift bought them out. So I worked for Swift for just briefly, and then I became owner operator. Then I started working I went over to Navajo.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Out of Shreveport.
No.
Out of
Denver.
yeah.
Denver, Colorado, yeah. I worked for them for about 8 years. And it just, I share the story all the time. I just got tired of riding those mountains. Right. 8 years, up and down, winter, summer, all. No, slinging that iron, yes. Man, that is amazing. Some people don't think how hard that job is. And then you got to get up in the truck and then drive some more.
And then come out and take it off.
It was something else, man. So I decided to say, okay. I had to call my wife and I told her, I said, I'm through with this mountain. I threw my last chain, I think in, what was the year? I can't remember the year. But anyway, that year that it was a winter time coming out of Idaho. Man, and I put them chains on, and I said, "This is it for me."
I'm done.
My back was about beginning to bother me. I said, "No, I'm not doing it no more." I said, "Well, whatever you want to do." Right. So I met this guy over in Oklahoma, and he told me about BCB.
Right.
And he said, "It's a young company. They don't have that many people working there." So he gave me the number, and so I called over and. It was Johnny, maybe Bryant, one of the two. They told me to come on down, and they interviewed me and said, okay,
It was a little different process than it is today, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Look, Dave, I think if I had a bad record, I could have got in then. But no, it's a little different. And the equipment, man, it was...
But, I'm telling you, dude, you have now. I was here from day one, and some of the stuff we picked up, some of the trailers, some of the They were older than me.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And going down the road, run down the road, your trailer look like it's on the side of you.
It's running.
It's side, right.
Y'all, you can see all one mirror. And
You can't see it, right. So, but that was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
And like I always share that they had two young guys had a vision, Rick and Brian.
Yeah.
And they stuck with it, and look where we at today.
I know, it's pretty amazing. So, as we talk about it, I remember when we moved early before the mandate came out. We moved from paper logs to electronic.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we jumped over early, and there was a time where you were considering not working here because we were going to mandate electronic.
Exactly. That was a decision. When you don't know something, most humans are afraid of what they don't know. And I was more afraid that I would lose money by doing these logs and, not able to run. However, I was wrong. I was terribly wrong because nowadays I can run now. I don't even have to worry about a logbook. I don't have to worry about going through the weigh station no more because I know everything, all my papers are in order. Right. I don't have to worry about that no more. I get proper rest. It's mandatory now that you get your proper rest. Now it's mandatory that you take this time off, but now what you do with it, that's your business. You know what I mean? But if you're driving on the road, you're driving 500, 600, 600 miles a day, at the end of your day, you don't have much energy to do much other than get eat and go to bed.
Yeah, I remember the old days. But as you continue to do it, you learn that there was a lot of bad habits.
It took some time for me to readjust. But they told me, Rick told me, he said, why don't you just go ahead on, let's go and get you onto the electronic logs. And he said, it's going to happen one way or the other. It's going to happen. And so what he did is he offered me a 5-cent raise. So I took a 5-cent raise, took that, and then it would have been ever since then, Dave. I mean, it's just been
better, right?
It's been so much better. And the resistance I was fearing was really it's just a fear.
Right.
That was it, because having 2 or 3 log books, not knowing which one you're going to present to the officer who pulled you in or whatever, pull you to the side, and it was just mind-boggling. So,
did you and I know you've been here pretty much from the beginning. The safety, not just the e-logs, but really it's developed and changed over time, right? It's changed and become kind of in and of itself something totally different, right, than it was in the beginning.
Oh yeah, it's like night and day. And the safety part of it is like in the morning, you get up, and, I look forward for the meeting, the safety meeting in the morning, because by the time our numbers start out around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and by the time you guys come on, it wakes me up, it gets me up, and you remind us that although a lot of us know about safety, we know about getting out of look, we know about your pre-tripping, your post-tripping, we know about those things. However, there's nothing wrong with a reminder, to remind you of the things that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I look at it like this. I wake up pretty much every day at the same time every morning, with or without an alarm clock. But you know what? I got an alarm clock because I'm just got it just in case, right? Just in case. And I kind of look at it like that. When you put that, have you ever started driving and the seatbelt sign go off and you're like, oh, I forgot to put it on. Not that I don't ever not, I don't want to not put it on all the time, but it's that little ding, 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 ding noise,
ding,
just that friendly reminder.
Right.
I think that's kind of what we're doing here. I think we're kind of friendly reminding about doing some of those things, man. It's nice that you hear that and nice that. So you look forward to the day, right? With the
Oh yeah,
show.
oh yeah. It's very refreshing, and like I said, it's by the time you guys come on, you know, sometimes you get a little, you know, your first 3 hours, you first start driving, you might feel a little drowsiness there, but when you guys come on, it wakes me up. You know?
Nice.
It wakes me up, and like I said before, I love the way you and Rick intermingle with each other. You all, you know, you
Fight
with each other.
argue,
yeah. Disagree, but you're good. You everybody. I think everybody know that there's some love between the two of you guys. You know?
But there's a little love-hate going on.
Yeah. It's not like a family. Yeah, family.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I'll tell you what, Abdullah, you know, it's great to know that you're here and what you do. If you had any advice to the new drivers that came on to BCB, because, you know, we're always getting new people, right? We're always getting people to come in.
Right.
If you had, I mean, you've been here, your tenure here is longer than just about anybody. If you had any advice to give any of those people, what would you say?
I would just say, just give BCB a chance. You know, there's a lot of things that, you know, you come in with your preconceived ideas about how this thing gonna work. And here, you know, it's the safety.
Right.
And, you know, if you want to run, you know, 75, you know, 85, you know, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. So, but what I'm saying is that just give BCB a chance to help guide you through these bumpy roads that you may go through, because the past, what you did before, you may not be able to do it here, and if always look for a way for changes. Changes gonna happen. Whether we like it or not, change coming.
It's coming.
It's coming, and there are more change. I was listening to the show this morning, where the guy was saying that about this app, I guess, where they were gonna put in about if you try to use certain part of your phone,
no cell,
then, you know, you're not gonna be able to use it, which I think is good, you know, because distraction, it causes accidents.
Absolutely.
You know, so if for making a change, for having people coming in, the new people that come in, again, I just say, just give BCB a chance to prove themselves that they are the best company that you can work for at this time. I share with, I think it was Brian, I said, I don't think I can work with nobody else right now. You know, because
I don't think, well, that's good to hear. I don't want you working with anybody else, but your family.
Yeah, I've been here. I know, like I said, I know everybody, but I don't get a chance to come in like I used to.
But,
you know, just run, and which is good.
Right.
It's good, you know. Unless you guys see me more,
the more money you can make.
Right,
well, the more money you can make. Right, we ain't that important, really.
Right.
I mean,
you're important. Yeah, you're important,
but you know, you don't need to see my face to know I'm here.
Yeah, right. I hear you every day.
Right.
I see you every day because, you know.
Right.
I'm on the show. You're on the show.
Right.
No, you're on the show.
You know, I appreciate that. You know, we want to bring the show to every driver. We want to bring them in. We want to be inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure that people like you, your tenure continues to last, and that everyone that gets in here and comes in, man. But Abdullah, I want to make sure that here on a Thursday that we take a moment to say thank you for all that you've done for the company, all that you continue to do, and all that you will that you give to the other drivers that may be out there. I think it's great that you have, first of all, you have a great attitude about everything. I don't think I've ever heard you really get mad.
I do. I as a matter of fact, Leonard, my driver manager, I kind of like, it was down in Louisiana. It's hot.
I get to hear a story about Abdullah being mad. I got to hear this. Give me just a minute.
It's hot.
And you got hot.
I got hot, you know. no van. No, down in Walker, Louisiana.
Come on, tell it.
I had 2 load locks. I put my load locks on another trailer.
Oh no, and now you don't have.
I don't have no load locks. I went to 3 stores down in Louisiana to try to find a load lock, and I got pissed. So I came back and I told Lynn I apologized because it was hot out there and I'm walking around. I had to buy. I went to a Swift driver and bought a
load lock from another
right
driver.
Because over in Jack, Alabama, where they pick the chickens up.
Right.
You got to have 2 load locks in your trailer.
Wow.
And that was frustrating, and I kind of like blew up that day. So, but that's about it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I try not to take anything out here personal.
Yeah, it's all business.
It's all business. You know?
Yeah, and you know what? The only thing personal that we like is man. I'll tell you. We talk about it, and you say you got mad, but it's a moment that you can pick out of a long line of moments that you're here, right? It's a very That's exception to the rule, and your attitude above beyond is a phenomenal. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate everything you stand for, man. I love you. I love what you do. I love how you plan you do your business. Everything about you, man, is success in both your character and the way you treat people, and also how you do your business, man. I just want to say thank you for being here. And we here, and man, if you get a chance to meet Abdullah, make sure that if you see Truck 153 running out there, or you see him, make sure you elbow bump him or fist bump him or say hi to him or wave and say hi, man, because it is somebody special that you have an opportunity to meet, somebody special that you need to meet, and he is here, and we want you to always know that you are special here at BCB Transport.
Well, thank you, Dave. It's been a pleasure even knowing you through your tenure here at BCB. And I haven't forgotten. I still owe you a breakfast because you remember when we went to Denver, we drove out together. I was in my truck and you was in your truck. And we stopped at, what's this place over there? And you bought breakfast. And I told you, next time.
You know,
and that's been over 10 years. About 10 years.
I'm going to make sure he buys me breakfast today because I don't forget that.
Right.
Food. You're on.
All right, then.
All right, everybody. Hey, have a great, wonderful day. Let me say a quick prayer. We'll get out of here real quick. Hey, Heavenly Father, we gather before you today to say thank you for everybody, including Abdullah. We want to say thank you for every driver in every way possible to keep them safe, keep them protected, keep them out there on the road. With that, in your name we pray. Amen. Hey, everybody, stay safe. We'll see you later.